Hi, I'm Paul Bridgewater. Welcome to SnapComms, where we bring you news in a snap. An Occupation Health and Safety Subcommittee is now being activated to address the health, safety, and well-being of workers, especially those who are the most vulnerable to occupational diseases and accidents. The subcommittee was established under the Virgin Islands Health and Wellness Advisory Council and is expected to strengthen the development of occupational health and safety territory-wide. Here to speak with us about the subcommittee is Chairman of the committee and Deputy Commissioner of Labor, Ms. Michelle McLean, and Human Resource Health and Safety Specialist of Dynamic 360 Support Services, Melanie James. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So what's the purpose of this subcommittee and why is it so important to have it at this time?
The purpose of the subcommittee is to ensure that the function of the health, safety, and welfare of workers is being looked after, basically. Especially workers who are more vulnerable to occupational safety issues in terms of like construction workers. So that is why it was really established for us to help oversee that function.
I also realized that this committee is made up of a member of public officers and private sector officers as well. What type of matters will you be handling?
The committee is made up of public and private persons from public and private sector, basically. And it's very fitting that it's made up of those persons because based on Part 9 of the Labor Code, which deals with the health, safety, and well-being of workers, we will need to have persons who will be able to give a voice from both aspects of these sectors, basically.
So what are the benefits of these public and private sector officers in relation to training?
I do believe that having the partnership, as Ms. McLean says, it offers a good overview of what is occurring in the private and public sector. And with the committee mandated to ensure that employees are well covered in the organization, ensuring that we look after their moral well-being, look after their physical health, look after the ergonomics of their workstations and so on. So having that partnership, it allows the Labor Department from the public side to be able to administer the Part 9 of the Labor Code. But it would also allow the private sector to basically have a petition with the Labor Department indicating, especially since Irma, what are the difficulties that we may be facing in being able to implement the strategies required to be compliant. And therefore the committee can work together to have strategies nationally to help promote occupational safety and health. And that is very necessary, especially for small island developing states.
In both the private and public sectors.
Okay. So what is the procedure that is to be followed by these workers and the workers who may have grievances that want to be addressed?
Okay, so if an employee has a concern, let's say with the chair that they're sitting in, the best procedure would be to report that to your direct supervisor, and in a manner that is reasonable. You don't go to your supervisor and go shouting in their face, obviously, but then you bring to their attention, where the discomfort may be, and you ask them for their assistance. Now the supervisor, having the purview of the office, will be able to indicate, well, this is the ability, this is what we can do, and if there's nothing we can do, at least indicate to the employee a reasonable timeline in which you will be able to deal with the matter. So in essence, you go to your supervisor, the supervisor gets back to you. If the supervisor is unable to handle the matter, they will pass it up the chain. If it's within the public sector, they may want to take it to the Human Resources Department, and then therefore have a way to rectify the matter. But one good way of being able to hear grievances and share them and learn from them is through training. And with training, we are able to see what are the concerns in the environment, teach people how to deal with the hazards, how to identify the hazards, how to determine what level of risk it is at, and then determine what control measures we need to ensure that we cover and mitigate these hazards so they don't continue to reoccur over and over. And one good training session would be under the auspices of the Deputy Labour Commissioner we have next week at the H. Labadee Stout Community College, and it's a ILO certified training session, International Labour Organization. and persons are going to gain information on what are the hazards in your organizations, public and private sector. How do you do accident investigations to get to the root cause? We don't want to have the basic cause where we just trace, so if there's water on the ground, we just mop it up. We need to understand why the water is on the ground. If the AC is dripping, then we need to have a maintenance plan for the AC unit. And then the interaction between labor relations and occupational safety and health, and how we can marry those two concepts to ensure we have a resilient and safe workforce. So I would invite everyone to come out to the training session and be certified and learn more about occupational safety and health.
And it will be for a benefit territory-wide, basically.
So you're basically working towards being proactive and not just fighting the problem.
Exactly. And the more proactive you are, you're able to then, as I said just now, be able to create an environment of positive safety culture.
And through this training, they'll be able to bring certain things to the forefront and procedures and processes that needs to be taken in order to fulfill the mandate of the Labor Code 2010.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to add?
We just want to say come out to the training. It's a benefit to all, and as we rebuild, we really need you to come on board and actually fulfill what needs to be accomplished in order to build our territory better for all workers.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you guys here.
And
Thank you very much.
That's it for today, guys. I'm Paul Bridgewater, signing off. Be sure to tune in for a daily feed of SnapComms, where we bring you news in a snap.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Twitter, and Facebook at BVI Government and Instagram at GIS BVI.
SnapComms is brought to you by the Disaster Recovery Coordinating Committee, Government of the Virgin Islands.